Question 2 of April 2022, ADT Business Mathematics and Statistics. The question read, consider the four functions below X limited. Here we have total revenue, or TR, is equal to, this is equal to 40Q minus 10Q squared. Then total cost is equal to negative, this we have equal signs here, negative 2Q squared plus 4Q plus 10, where TR is the total revenue and TC is the total cost, Q is the number of units produced and sold. Required. Roman 1, the total profit function. How do we get a total profit function? Profit is given as total revenue minus total cost. Now in this case, we have the function for the total revenue. We are just going to pick that is total revenue. It is 40Q minus 10Q squared. We minus everything that is under total cost, which is negative 2Q squared plus 4Q plus 10. All right. Now in this case, we can open the bracket. We are going to have 40Q minus 10Q squared plus 2Q squared minus 4Q minus 10. Now you collect like terms. We have here 40Q and then 4Q. Now it's 40Q minus 4Q, you get 36Q. Then we are having negative 10Q plus 2Q squared. In that case, we're going negative 8Q squared minus 10. That is the total profit function. This is the profit function. Then number 2, we are told profit maximizing unit. Profit maximizing unit. What we need to do is we have to find the value for Q. How to get the value for Q? The units. We differentiate the profit function by saying that a change in the profit over change in the quantity should be equal to 0. Now therefore we differentiate this function whereby we are going to have 0 is equal to, this is 36Q, Q raised to power 1. We are taking 1 multiplied by this side. Let me just write it here. 1 multiplied by 36Q, 1 minus 1. Minus, now we take this is 2 multiplied by 8Q, 2 minus 2Q minus 1. Then since this one does not have a known, the rule requires that we drop it in the way this. But now in this case, we have this plus this, we are having 36. 0 is equal to 36. 1 minus 1, you get 0. Q raised to power 0, that is 1. That's why now in this case, we just drop it. You don't write it at that 6Q minus 2 multiplied by 16. Sorry, by 8, we get 16Q. 16Q, 2 minus 1, we get 1. Now that's just raised to power 1. Now we can find the value for Q. 0 is equal to 6 minus 16Q. By this can come that side. We have 16Q is equal to 6. Divide by 16. Divide by 16. Q alone is equal to, I'll have 2 here. Sorry. 4 here. 4 here, that is 4. 4 there is going there. 9 times this divided by this, we get 2 point. Let's just calculate it here. We can have a 9 divided by 4. 9 we are dividing by 4. Sorry, 9 divided by 4, 9 divided by 4, we get 2.25, 2.25. That is the value for Q. In Roman trade, you are being told the maximum profit. Maximum profit is we take a profit function. Let me write it here. Profit function, which was at 36Q minus 8Q squared minus 10. Now where Q is, you are going to substitute by 2.25. Therefore, we have that 6 multiplied by 2.25 minus 8 multiplied by 2.25 squared minus 10. What you get? 36 multiplied by 2.25. 6 multiplied by 2.25. Here we are going to get 81 minus 2.25 squared. Then we multiply by 8. We get 40. In that case, we are minusing 40.5 minus 10. In that case, we have 81 minus 40.5 minus 10. You get, now in this case, our answer is 30.5. Let's confirm whether it was in thousands or not. It wasn't in thousands. Now, therefore, we just present our answer as the maximum profit. Maximum profit as 30.5. You get yourself 3 marks. Then we have part B. Part B is talking of index number. We are told that the table below shows the price and quantity of 4 beauty products used in a salon for the year 2020. We have product prices for 2020 and 2021. Now, in this case, we are taking 2020 as our base year. Now we have product, hair food, relaxer, shampoo, conditioner, in that order. Now in this case, I'm just going to number them to make it easy. This is going to be my number 1, relaxer number 2, number 3, and number 4, so that when I present in my table here for computation, it becomes easier. Now when you see the question of this kind, you have to ask yourself, what are the formulas for calculating, for example, a spare, passage, then we have Marshall, Edgeworth, price index. Now, for example, let me just write the formula here so that it will guide us with the columns we are meant to be creating. The spare formula is given as a summation P1 Q0 over summation P0 Q0. We are multiplying by 100. Passage, it has to be P1 Q1 over P0 Q1 multiplied by 100. There, remember this at the summation, sorry. The summation, then Marshall Edgeworth, we shall say that you take the ones you have here, we are adding to the one we have here, just simple. We can say that summations of P1 Q0 plus this one, summations of P1 Q1 over summations of P0 Q1 plus, sorry, this is Q0 plus summations of P0 Q1. Everything we multiply by 100. Now these are the formulas that are going to guide us on the number of columns we are going to create. Now we can have, let me throw it here. Then we have this one. This I said these are the products. we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these numbers I wrote up here are the ones I'm using. Now the prices for 2020, this is 2020, that is the base year. Now for example, this one will be P naught, and the quantity for the year 2020 is going to be Q naught. You can trade it that way. Then also we can work it that way. Then 2021, the prices and the quantity, those will be P1, Q1. Here it is P1, and then we have Q1. Now the formula number 1, the less pair, it is P1 Q naught. Now it is just symbol. You can present here P1 Q naught. Then we have that is P naught Q naught. Can write it that way. Then we have another one is P1 Q1. Then lastly P naught Q1. Let me present the data here for easier multiplication. We have is 100, that is 500, that is 300, that is 400. Then here we have 950, 250, we have 1250, 800. Then we have 120, we have 600, 300, 500. Then last we have a 900 to 30, 1200, then 750. 750. How do you get P1? P1, this one, it is P1 Q naught. P1 is here, then Q naught is here. Now in that case, we are just taking the column Q naught multiplied by the ones for P naught, P1. How do you get it? For example, that is 950. We are multiplying by 120. You get 14, 114. 114, now you can write 114. Right, then we have another one, 600 multiplied by 230, you get 138. Now sorry, no, not that way, it is 250 multiplied by 600, it becomes 150. We have 150. Then we have another one, it is 1250 multiplied by 300, 1250 multiplied by 300, we get 375. We have here 375,000. Then lastly we are having 800. Even if I need this should be 400, but let's just verify. 500, you get 400,000. 400,000. Then we have P naught Q naught. P naught Q naught, we take this one multiplying by the figures in that row or column. 100 multiplied by 950. That one I guess it is symbol. We can just 950. We write 2 zeros there. Then we have 500. We are multiplying by 250. You can also use your calculator. You see that we are getting 12,5,000. And then we are having 300. 300 I multiply by 1250. Guess we have multiplied something of that. We get the same thing, which is a 375. 375,000. Then we have 400 multiplied by 800. That should be something 320. 320,000. You can also do the summation, but let's finish, then we do the cumulative together. That is, we have now next is P1 multiplied by Q1. that is 120, we are multiplying by 900, we get 108. 108, I record it here, 108,000. Then we have that is for product 2, 600 multiplied by 230. 600 we are multiplying by 230. We get something 138,000. 138,000. Then we are having 300 multiplied by 1200. You get 360. We record here 360,000. And then lastly, we are having 500 multiplied by 750. 500 by 750, according to my calculator, I'm getting something to do with 375,000. Then lastly, it is P naught. P naught should be the first column here, multiplied by Q1, the last column. Now we are taking the figures in the first column. We multiply by the last column. 100 multiplied by 900, you should be getting 9. Is it 90,000? Yes, 90,000. Then 500 multiplied by 230. 500 multiplied by 230. You get 115,000. 115. 115. Then we have 300. 300 multiplied by 1200. You should be getting the same. That's 3,600. 360. 360,000. Then 400 multiplied by 75. 400 multiplied by 75. We get 300,000. Now we find the total of these, the summations. Let me start with the last one. We are having 300. I add 360. I add 115,000. And then eventually I'm adding 90,000. I get 865. We record here. Now that will be summations of P naught Q1. That is 8. All right. We have 865. 865,000. Let's try to see the P1 Q1. That is 108. We are adding 138. 138. We add 360. Then eventually we add 375. You get 981. Now this one we are going to summations of P1 Q1. It should be 981. 981,000. Then we have 95,000. We are adding 125,000. Also have 375,000 plus 320,000. You get 915, the summation of P naught Q naught. Summations of P naught Q naught. We are having 915. 15,000. Then lastly, 114,000. 114,114. We have plus 150,000 plus 375. You can also be verifying the same, plus 400. 400. You get 1039,000. Now in that case, it becomes easier for us. It becomes easy for us to present for Roman 1 to ask less spare price index using 2020 as the base year. That is what we have done. Now the less spare with the formula, we say that is equal to summation of P1 Q naught over the summations of P naught Q naught. We multiply by 100. Now with the data that we have already calculated, I'm just going to take that is 1039,000. We are dividing by P naught Q naught, which we got 915. Everything we multiply 100. What you get if you do that, that is we are dividing by 915,000 multiplied by 100. What you get, class, right? According to my calculator here, I'm getting 113.55. Since we multiply by 100, you can present in the percentage form. Passage price index, that one I will call it P, which is, we said that is equal to summations of P1 Q1 over the summations of P0 Q1. We multiply by 100. Also, we have the figures for this, whereby P1 Q1 we said 981. Then over the summations of P0 Q1, we say that 865. We multiply by 100. Okay, let's try to see 981. We are dividing by 865. Then we multiply by 100. According to my calculator here, I'm getting 113.41%. If you are presenting in two decimal places. Then lastly, that is a Marshall Edgeworth Price Index. Marshall Edgeworth Price Index, let me call it M. For my case, we are going to have the summations of P1 Q0 plus the summations of P1 Q1 over the summations of P0 Q0 plus the summations of P0 Q1, everything we multiply by 100. Now we just present a figure that we had written up there. It is called 10,39,000. We are adding 981,000, and then we divide everything by 915. Also we add 865. Then whatever we get, everything we get, we multiply by 100. Let's try and see. It is 10,39 plus 981. If you do that, you get 20,000. Okay, we divide by 915. We are adding something to 865,000. You get 1780,000. We multiply by what? By 100. Let's see. 2020 divided by that one. We multiply by 100. You get something 113.48%. It's very important. You can present in two decimal places the way I have done, or you can do it in one decimal place, so that now we can be in a position to conclude the cost of living for when you compare the years 2020 and 2021. Because with this particular calculation, we can now say that the cost of living increased from 2020 to 2021 by 13.5, average of 13.4% increase. That is what you ought to do in question number 2, so that you get the entire 20 marks, which were easy for you.